Yo, what up, guys? This is the voice of Mr. Solution. So, on today's episode, we'll be looking at how to place short orders on FTS, how to short or how to sell on FTS. So, what would you be needing? You need your pen, you need your writing material, you need your book. That's my book where I record my entry and all that every day of my trade. And then you need your two eyes, you need your two ears, and of course, you need some liquid, you need water to stay hydrated. So let's proceed on that. We'll be using our platform. And please, if you've not subscribed to my channels, kindly hit the subscribe button and share the video to your friends. Let them know about it. If you have questions, you can ask, or you have any personal questions you want to reach me on, you want to get across to me, I will be leaving the links to all my social media channels. I'll be leaving everything at the lower section of this video. So from there, you can contact me, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, everything. I'll be leaving everything at the lower section of this video. And perhaps you're still needing, you need of a community of traders, cryptocurrency enthusiasts, whom you can connect with and share ideas, because come to think of it, this is not something you do solo. No, you need a community of persons who are also interested in what you're doing. So I invite you to my Telegram community of traders. The link is also at the lower section of this video. So you can come there, ask questions, interact with people, and learn. You learn more by interaction. Okay, so let's proceed. The platform we're using is FTX. So we'll be using FTX Exchange for this. And if you don't have an account yet with FTS, I equally encourage you to do that. Make sure you open an account with FTS. So before us here is this people pep, that's people perpetuals. Okay, so let's say we want to open an account, we want to open a short position here. We want to go short on this, even though the chart is actually bullish, but then we are not really too sure. We don't know. We just want to short it, but then you don't just short something without a tangible reason. Let's say we want to short it because we can see that this thing this is a bearish pennant. All this while it's been going down and from here it started going up. Okay, let's just say we've seen this and we feel that there is a short opportunity on that. I'm not saying that you should short. Please remember that I'm not providing any form of financial advice. I'm not even offering you any form of technical analysis. The purpose of what I'm doing here is just to educate you or to share some things with you so that I can learn. I'm not saying you should take whatever thing we are doing here as an advice. No, I might be wrong, and I do not even intend to be right. Okay, just for you to learn and understand how you can open a short position on FTX. Okay, a short trade on FTX. All right, so we've seen this people perpetuate, and we can see that obviously this thing is bullish, but then probably there is something we know that other people do not know. There's something we've seen about the market that other people haven't seen, and then we feel we should short this market that probably it's high priced, like it's already on the high side, and that it might start dropping. Okay, and remember that what we are using is 4 hour. 4 hour is our time frame, and you don't use a time frame like this unless you are you are more like a day trader. So you want to use 4 hour, your 4 hour as your lower time frame, and then you use the daily candle or daily chart as your higher time frame. So for me, that is more that I'm more like a scalper. I consider 4 hours as a very high time frame for me. So I won't be taking any trade with that. I won't be taking any trade with this 4 hour time frame. So let's say I've looked at this and then I feel I want to short this. And of course, I feel that as it is now, that if it gets here, okay, if it gets at this point, that the market will start going down. So after my analysis, understand, please remember I said this is not a financial advice. So I feel that if this market eventually gets here, that is going to start dropping. So the first thing I need to do is what with my book I have to write down this is my writing material. Okay, this is where I record every of my trade entries. Okay, so I go there. I have already written down the dates. Okay, I have the date there, and then the coin I'm trading, I want to trade. So what position am I taking? I write it as short. So I'm trying to take a short position on what coin, on people pep, on what time frame. I say 4 hour. Okay, so where is my entry? My entry is what? I have 0.6516 as my entry, okay, for this, because I believe, maybe I'm thinking that since it got to this very place and started falling, that there is a chance that if it eventually gets here, it might start falling. It might. Please, I'm choosing my words so that you understand that this is not in any way intended to serve as a form of financial advice. Okay, so I'm feeling that if it gets to this very 0.06516, that it might start dropping. So that's my entry. And then, so where is my target? Where am I looking at taking profit? If I eventually short at that point, where do I look at taking my profits? Where do I think I should be taking profit from this trade? So I look at it and I feel that, okay, I have horizontal array. I feel that maybe this thing could probably drop to this low. Okay, it could probably get to this low. Let me change it to green. Okay, let me change it to green. So I'm looking at taking my profit at what price? TP, I'm looking at taking my profit at 0.05920. And of course, there should be my stop loss. So where am I looking at placing my stop loss? I feel that if eventually gets here and start going down and doesn't start going down and starts going up. So I want to be taken out of the market at this high. Whenever it gets to this swing high, let the market take me out. So let me connote it, let me color it with a let me give it a yellow color. Okay, so I want my stop loss to be at what? My stop loss is at 0.06674, right? Okay, I've gotten my entry, I've gotten my TP, and I've gotten my stop loss. And then, in your personal journal, I don't know what to normally write. Maybe I could just say why reason for entering trade. I have to write down my reason for entry trade. Every person's trading journal differ. So what I have on my own might not be what you have in your own. So I could just say reason for entry. I just write it. I write down why I'm entering this trade, so that it will help me to learn. Maybe subsequent times, if the thing fails, it will help me to learn from my lesson. Or if it succeeds, it means that if I see this kind of setup again, I should definitely know that the coin is going to dump. Okay, so we've gotten our entry, stop loss, target, and all that. Remember, what we want to do is to short. Okay, so because the price hasn't gotten to the very place we want to go short, okay, it hasn't gotten there, so we'll be using what? You'll be using a limit order. So our limit order for this is what? We have our limit order at our entry is 0.06516. Okay, so what percentage of my equity do I want to use? Let's say I just want to use 25% of my equity. There's really not much money here. Okay, so I want to use 25% of my equity. Okay, but before that, I could just decide to, first of all, let me do the calculation. I know what I'm up against. So I click on this calculator symbol here. So my entry is 0.06516. Okay, I'm looking at taking profit at CP at 0.05920. That's my TP. And then my stop loss, I'm looking at taking my stop loss to be 0.0666674. Okay, so that's 9:1. That's pretty good. That's if eventually it plays out. So look at what I'm looking at. I'm risking 2.42 to make 9.15. That's okay. So I've done my calculation and it's okay by my own standard. Then I leave here, still come back again, and then I place my entry, this, and then my what percentage, just 25% of my equity. I go right ahead and click on what? Sell. Okay, so it places the order for me. Yes, place order confirmation. You go into place my order for me. There is really no much money in this account because it's just for educational purposes, just for training purposes. Then I've already placed my entry, and then the next thing would be for me to do what? My take profit. To close the trade, I need to do the opposite of what I did. So I need to come here and click on buy. So where do I want to buy? Where do I want to take my profits? I also want to use okay, I could decide to use okay, let me still use the limit order. Okay, so I want to take my profit at CP 0.05920. That's where I want to TP, and then I need to click on reduce only, so that if it eventually gets there, it will buy for me. Yeah, it will buy for me and close the trade immediately. It buys for me, and what amount is that? Okay, I have 0. That's 1040. Okay, that's the amount. How amount of people is that? Okay, so I need to close it when eventually it gets here. I'll place my order there. Okay, I'll close it there. Yes, place order. If eventually gets there, okay, I place the order. Then the next thing is what I want to put my stop loss. Stop loss should be, I'll use stop market for this. I select stop market. So where do I want to exit this trade? Where do I want to exit this market? I want my stop loss to be at what? 0.000667774. That's my stop market. Of course, I need to click on reduce only so that if it eventually gets there, it takes me out of the market. Okay, so I go right ahead and click on, sorry, please, it should be sell, please. It should be sell. Yeah, it should be sell, reduce only. I go right ahead and click on it. Yes, place order. So eventually it has placed the order for me. So if you scroll down, you see the different orders I have. Okay, I have my buy, I have my sell. Then for the trigger means my stop loss. So this is my stop loss. So this, guys, is just how you place your orders on this is how you short on FTX. So if I scroll up, you see these various values I have. You see the different values that I have here. Okay, so this is my entry, my sell limits, my take profits, and then the stop loss is still there. So eventually I come, I don't know, this thing is for educational purposes. I do not want to short this market because it's actually on the high side, it's going up. So I don't want to short it. So I just come here and click on cancel all trades. So it cancels everything for me. So I'm not in any position because the market is very bullish. So you don't want to short an uptrend. You don't want to short a market that is going up. You can see that it's actually bullish. Okay, so if we had left it, it would definitely have picked it up. And so that's just how to short on FTS. You can equally check out other coins. Maybe let's look at, okay, let's just say BTC. Let's look at BTC and see what the chart is looking like. Let's look at BTC to see what the chart is looking like. Of course, yeah, BTC has actually been showing some signs of bullishness. It's been showing some signs of strength. Okay, I think I had an order there. Okay, let me cancel everything as well. Okay, let me cancel everything as well. All right, so we have BTC here and just a little analysis on that as well. A little analysis on BTC. So we have, first of all, we get the trend line. We can see that so far, this is what has been happening to BTC. Okay, we'll get our trend line. So we have this here. Okay, we have the downsloping resistance over there. We have this downsloping resistance right here, which has been defeated, which has been crushed, so to say. So BTC has actually gone above the downsloping resistance. But then there is something else we need to see here. We need to see that there is actually an existing resistance, and is a resistance that has been here for quite some time now. You know, what we are using is 4 hours. So this is actually a higher time frame. This is a higher time frame. So we have this resistance that has been here for some time now. Okay, we have this very resistance that's been here for some time now, and the market has actually been respecting it. You can see at the time it was serving as a support, served as a support here, then broke down, okay, and then came up again, retested, came down, retested, came down, came up again, retested it, even went above it, but immediately went inside it, then slumped down, kind of started going down. I also want us to observe something, that BTC has actually been making a series of higher lows. Is making a series of higher lows, which is actually a sign that indicates bullishness. A sign of bullishness shows that BTC is actually going up, more like it. So this is actually something we need to understand. Then if you join these two things together, you know, it gives you a particular chart pattern. If you join these two together, let me bring it closer so that we can see the shape very well. It gives us a particular chart pattern. Yeah, it gives us a particular chart. But then we are not here for analysis. We just want to understand the concept of placing short orders on FTS, how to place short orders on FTS. So we've seen this, and then we are thinking that we're actually observing something. We're observing that this very line has always been respected. This downsloping resistance has always been respected. It came here, went down, touched it, went down, came here, went a little bit above it, came down, and then now look at what is happening here. It's actually going a bit above it. So now looking at what happened initially, we saw that when it got here, it didn't defeat it. So more like this one is of more, this is more like it's this is a primary resistance. This is the major resistance. This is the major resistance we are looking at here. Okay, this is a resistance, but then we've seen that price has actually what price did initially. But when it got to this very one, it couldn't break above it. So we are saying that, judging from what happened initially, okay, that there is a likelihood of this coin actually going down when it eventually gets here. Okay, but then we don't know. Let's say we don't think. Remember, please don't take my word for what it is. This is just for education. So we don't think that this coin will get back to this very place, because we are judging from what had happened initially. Okay, so I'm doing this so that we can understand how to use stop limits, or that when you want to short, and then they are saying use the stop limit. Okay, short, use stop limit. So let's understand how you can use stop limit if you want to short a particular coin, or you want to short a particular market. Please, I am not saying you should short. I can't say this enough. This is not a financial advice. Okay, so we've seen what is happening here, and of course, BTC is actually showing some signs of bullishness. There is no gainsaying the fact. There is no two ways about it that BTC is actually showing some signs of strength. And then from the technical angle, we can even conclude that BTC will likely get back to 44K, from 44K to probably 45. This range, okay, there is a likelihood, but then we are not too sure. So, but then we still want to short this very market. So how do we do that? We look at this and say, okay, so this is what is happening, and I don't want to short here. 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 I want to short where I think I have more edge, where I know that if BTC eventually comes to that, the price will definitely start dropping. So we want to short at this, and let me change this very point. We want to short, this line is actually a support. Okay, is a support. So we want to short where, if BTC eventually gets to, we know that it has very well defeated the support, has very well gone below the support line. So we want to short this trade at this point. Let me change the entry to green. So this becomes our entry. This very line becomes our entry. And then the next question is, where are we taking our profits? Where should our profits be? Let's say we want to take our profits at this very point. Okay, we want to take profits here at this very point, and then change it to yellow. That's my take profit. We want to take profit at this point. And then stop loss. Where should our stop loss be? Placing our stop loss. Want our stop loss to be around okay, want our stop loss to be around okay, let me bring this down. Let me use this very color. Our stop loss should be somewhere here. Okay, want our stop loss to be here, so that eventually gets there, we'll be taken out of the market. So we've gotten our entry. Please keep writing it. You need to be writing all these down. So our entry for BTC Perpetual, what reason? You give your reason for shorting the trade. Where is your entry? Your entry is what? We have your entry at 41850. That's your entry. And then you have your TP at 39201. And then you have your stop loss. Stop loss is please, entry is 40931. Entry is 40931. That's the green line. Stop loss is 40. Our stop loss is 41850. 41850. That's our stop loss. Then TP is 39201. Okay, and then reason for shorting. Then you give your reason. Everything is contained in my own book, so you can also always have yours. So you give your reason for shorting the trade, and then you put your order type. What order type are you using? Okay, now I'm using sell stop order. My order type is what? Sell stop order. So you put it there and then proceed to take the trade. Okay, so we've known that. So we have to enter the trade. Remember, what we are using is a sell stop. So we change this thing to what? We change it to stop limit. We change it to stop limit. We are trying to short this market. So our entry is what? Our entry is 4931. 4931. Okay. So our limit, sometimes you could leave your limit to be the same as leave your limit to be the same as your trigger price. Some people do that, but then I prefer to maybe just make it a little bit something different. Maybe I could just say 40,900 and 900,000, 4,900. Okay, that's 40,900. Okay, that's my limit price. Just a little bit different from your trigger price. Some people prefer to leave it at the same. But why I normally do my own like this is that in case market comes with a very huge volatility, so that I will equally be picked. Like my order will definitely be picked. Okay, so after doing that, what percentage of my equity do I want to use? Let's just say I just want to use 25% because there's really there's really no much money here. Okay, so I go right there and click on sell. Okay, I'm placing my order. So you can see, so order placed. When you scroll down, you see the trigger order. That's it. That's my entry. So sell, I'm selling this quantity of BTC, and this is my limit. That's my entry price and the trigger price and all that. So, and then it doesn't end there. I have to key in other values. Then my take profits, I have to use limit order for this. Limit order, my take profit. So I sold. So for me to close the trade, I need to buy. So what entry do I want to use? I want to use what value is my take profit? Is 39,201. 39,201. Okay, that's that for that. And then I go right ahead and do what? I go right ahead and click on buy. That's to close the trade. I go right ahead and click on buy that's to close the trade. So I need to toggle what? Reduce only. So I go ahead and click on that. What value? Please let me get this clearer. 0.0015. Is that it? 0.0015. Okay. Reduce only. I go right ahead and click on place order. Okay. So it needs to be the same value as what we had before. Okay. So I go right ahead and click on my buy. Yeah, that's place my order there. Okay. So that's my open orders. I have this, my take profits here. Then the next thing would be what? Placing my stop loss. To place my stop loss, I could just decide to use stop market to place my stop loss. Place your stop loss. What value is my stop loss? What value is my stop loss? I have my stop loss at 41,850. So 41,850 is my stop loss. 41,850, that's my stop loss. And then what value again? That's 0.0015. That's what I have there. 0.0015. And then I toggle my reduce only. Okay. Then go right ahead and click on buy. Okay. Sorry, please. It should be sell. That 41,850. Yeah. Go right ahead and click on my sale. Okay. So that's pretty much it. You can see. So when you now go up, you see the different orders that I have actually placed. Okay. Here I have my sell stop limit. This is my sell stop. That's my stop loss order. And then this is my buy limit. That's my take profit. Okay. So that's that. That's just how to short on FTS. Okay, guys. I hope this has made you to understand how you can place your different orders on FTS and also, let's say there is still something confusing. You want to calculate your risk to reward ratio and all that. You could just simply go to toggle on this thing that looks like a calculator. Start inputting your value. Let's say I want to short at, as we said initially, I want my entry to be at 49.31. Okay, and then I'm looking at taking profit at what? Take profit is what? 39,201. That's my take profit. And then the stop loss, I'm looking at my stop loss to be 41,850. 41,850. Okay, so that's 2:1, more like it, 2:1. So that's equally good. So this thing gives you the calculation that is needed for you to know what actually you are up against, what you're risking, and what you definitely stand to gain. Okay, so if I had proceeded with this, so this is definitely what I will be getting. But then remember that this is for educational people, so I do not intend to be on this trade. So I just go right ahead and cancel all my orders. Okay, these are the various orders I have. I just click on cancel all BTC PEP orders, and yeah, all the orders have exited, and I am not in, I do not have any open order. All right, guys, I hope the video has been insightful enough. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, please, if you have any question you want to ask that borders on cryptocurrency trading, there is something that is still confusing you, I encourage you to reach out to me on any of my social media channels, and then together we'll tackle it. Till I will come your way again, remember your man, Mr. X to the O to the L to the U to the Sean, Mr. Solu.